Okay, hey Sam, let's take a look at this set of essays. Green energy is the topic here. So, the 21st century witnessed some significant developments, one of which is the advent of renewable energy. While some commentators acknowledge its benefits for the economy and the environment, other analysts express concern over the issue of consistent energy supply. Personally, I am inclined to support, you're missing a word here, support the former view. This essay will analyze both views using examples from Oxford University and the Beijing government and hypothetical threats from nefarious groups. Okay, good so far. Let's see what you said after that. There is ample evidence that use of solar power, wind power, tides, waves, and geothermal heat drastically reduce the cost of electricity supply. This is supported by recent empirical research by Oxford University, which demonstrates, with an S, because research is uncountable, that power stations which substitute green energy for fossil fuels. No, you substitute green energy for fossil fuels. All right, fine. Can save costs. You want to put an S here. As much as 50%. In addition, the research indicates S that further cost savings is possible with larger scale operation without the of and advancement of energy efficient technology. Okay, you didn't really need this sentence here. Furthermore, another merit of renewable energy is that it effectively deters global warming. For example, a study by the Beijing government shows that if the policy that pertains to electric vehicles were implemented, it would contribute substantially to reduction in the emission of greenhouse gases. This isn't really entirely clear. I mean, what is the policy of electric vehicles? I'm not really familiar with it, so it's not entirely clear what you're talking about here. Hence, there is a considerably strong case to be made in favor of green energy to lower costs and mitigate climate change. All right, nice. However, there are some who contend that renewable energy could pose a serious threat to energy security. For instance, imagine a country which completely relies on hydropower. If its reservoir and dam were destroyed, you got two things here, by terrorists, the consequence could be disastrous as the sole source of power supply is disrupted. But, however, okay, first of all, we don't start sentences with but, never because, never and. So, what you could have said here is yet. Yet, such an extreme example is unlikely. In the real world, get rid of exist. As a matter of fact, oil, coal, and natural gas are concentrated in a limited number of nations. All right, so you have to make a few changes. Whereas renewable energy is geographically widespread. Consequently, it is possible to state beyond doubt, you're missing a word, that a mixture of fossil fuel and renewable energy is an optimal choice for stable energy supply. From the arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that the advantages of green energy are invaluable, both financially and environmentally, while the risk of energy security can be minimized with diversified energy sources, as here. As such, it is projected the popularity of renewable, not renewal, energy would continue to grow in coming decades and beyond. All right, I liked this. I'm concerned a little bit now about renewal. You kept saying renewal energy. Here you wrote it correctly. But I definitely caught at least two times of you saying renewal instead. All right, this was nicely done. You certainly expanded, you extended, you developed a lot of really good grammar, good vocabulary. There were some mistakes in the grammar, things like articles, you didn't use a the, you didn't use an or whatever. So there were some instances of that, but that was the weakest point in the essay for me. There's one suggestion that I'd like to make to you. You are in favor of green energy. Is that correct? I think that's what you said. So for that reason, I actually would prefer to see that this paragraph come second. So first you talk about the problems with energy security. And since you've covered that, then you can go to the paragraph that you feel more strongly about. It's something that a lot of people recommend to use the side you you support last, because this way it makes it sound stronger, it makes it more memorable, it gives it more weight, kind of like an anchor to your essay. And so that's one thing I'd also like to see you try doing here. All right, just reversing your body paragraphs. All right, but nice job in general. So why don't we take a look now at this small dog that's annoying you. Dear neighbor, I live at 33 ABC Road right next to your house. I am writing in relation to a dog barking at your property. The specific dog barking seems to be a Chihuahua. No, just a light brown Chihuahua. That's all. The dog barks on and on throughout the day, and particularly on early. No. Let's see. The dog barks on and on throughout the day, particularly in early morning hours before 9 a.m. when someone walks past your property. It affects me because it can be clearly heard in the habitable areas of my house and prevents me from sleeping. If this issue is not resolved, the environmental health department may take action to reduce the noise, which could result in you receiving a financial penalty. I would therefore be grateful if you could keep your dog inside your house in the morning and take all other necessary action to handle the nuisance caused to neighbors. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. Regards, Sam. Okay, let's look at this. So your neighbor owns a dog. The dog is annoying you day and night. So, okay. I just wanted to double check this. Now, you decided not to refer to the person by his or her name. And so for that reason, the tone here needs to be formal. When you don't know somebody's name, you can't talk to them informally. So you have to use a formal style. All right? So that's the first thing. You kind of did that. I wasn't really a huge fan of this first sentence. I live at number 33 ABC Road. When you have a formal letter, I kind of feel that the first sentence should be the reason why you're writing. Okay? So, dear neighbor, I am writing in relation to a dog barking at your property. The specific dog seems to be a light brown Chihuahua. As your neighbor living next door, I would ask that you resolve this issue. Okay, so that for me would have been a better order of ideas here. Okay, now the next thing I wasn't really crazy about was these like tiny paragraphs. I understand. I think I understand why you did it, but it's not such a good idea. Now, paragraphing isn't super important in task 1, but you still need to. I mean, if you're aiming for a very high score, you still need to try to have some good paragraphing. So, quite honestly, I thought these two absolutely should have been together. Okay. Now, going to this sentence here, you said it barks throughout the day, particularly in the morning. However, this says that it barks day and night. So you missed that part, okay? You probably get some sort of penalty for not including about the nighttime by an examiner, okay? I also think that this should have gone before this. So in other words, tell the person what you want him or her to do and then threaten, because that's what you did here. You kind of threatened this person. So I thought this should have gone first and this should have gone after that. You could have put these together as well in one paragraph. As I said before, these should have gone in one paragraph. Okay, so I would have kind of just consolidated some of these paragraphs together, maybe moved around a couple of the sentences. Now, since we said it's a formal letter, you don't know your neighbor's name. This cannot be regards. It should be yours faithfully. This is what we use in formal letters when we don't know the name of the person. So that's another thing I'd like to see changed. So nice job, but there were some things that needed to be corrected here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, is this your last set of essays with us? I believe it is. I want to invite you to sign up for some more essay corrections. There are a number of different options you can consider. But I'd like to see more work from you. I'd like to see, you progressing, and now that you're done with the course and this was our last set, I'd like to see you continue practicing and seeing if we can resolve some of the issues that we talked about today, okay, and throughout the course as well. So hopefully you will get some more essays with us and we'll continue to work together. I look forward to it. So let us know either way what you plan to do, and good luck.